Hi, my name is Michael and welcome to my third video in my video tutorial series on Microsoft Excel 2010. As you can remember, this was what we did in our last video tutorial. We took email, another field from a separate table using VLOOKUP to find a unique table in the table one of the tables, and using it to pick another cell, another column in another table that has that unique table column values. Okay, so in this video tutorial, like I said in our last video tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make an Excel dashboard. So what is an Excel dashboard? For a simple Excel dashboard is going to be something like, you know, I want to create something that let's go to the next sheet 3. Yeah, what I want to do is, I want to create I want to put here a drop list, that will show, shows a drop arrow. Yeah, drop list must definitely show a drop arrow, and you click on it and it shows you all the names, maybe by last name, let's say by last name, or say by first name, whatever we prefer to use. So okay, let's say we use first and last name. Okay, so it shows you by that, and then you click the one you want to see, and there's going to be a table here. It's a very small table, maybe just 2 rows. The table header, and then just that entry that you clicked. So that's what we want to do. So first of all, if you noticed, I'm going to have to need to use this developer tab. But in your own Excel 2010, you might not see this. So I'm going to show you how to enable it, because by default it's not enabled. So you come to File, you come to Options right here. Aha. Then you come to Advanced. Okay, no, it's not Advanced. You come to Customize Ribbon. Yeah, Customize Ribbon. Then you come over to this side. Then you look down. You're going to see developer. Yeah, here it is, developer. In yours, it's going to be like this. So you have to tick it. So once you tick it, then voila, it will be showing here. So then after that, you come here, then you come to insert. We're going to insert a drop list. So there's it. Okay, it's a combo box. Never mind. So this is it actually, and it's a combo box. I think this is a drop list. That okay, it is a list box. I'm going to, in another tutorial, I will show you where you need to use the list box. But for this, we're going to use the combo box. So you click it, and then I like putting it here. So I just put it here. I just make it this long. This is okay. Great. So now I can come here and right click, come to format control, then input range. I come here, then what I want to put is, I want to put the first name. We're going to change it later on, but let's start with, let's just, I just want to show you how the drop lists, how the combo box works. So I click, once I'm done, I can safely press on enter. Then it's going to ask me cell link. Cell link is, I'll explain later. Let me just do it. I like using the cell beside my combo box as the cell link. Okay, then this drop down lines is, this I can easily explain this. Yeah, it's just going to, how many entries do I want to see at the same time. So I can say I want to see 20 entries. Okay, so done. So I can click outside. So now I want to show you what we've just done. Now if you click here, voila, you can see showing me all those names, all the first names, then showing me 20 at a time. If I count this, 1 2, I don't want to keep counting, but if I count it, it's going to be 20. So that's just what we did now. So what I want to do is, I want it to be this way, to show me all this, right? Let me copy it down to here. So I'll control C to copy, Then I'll come here. So I'll where is good to paste these? Let me just paste it here. So it no, let's paste it here so it doesn't. Okay, let's paste it here. So Control V for paste, and as usual, to make everything show, these, 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 these done. Then I don't know what's wrong with my border there, so let me fix it. Fixing the border. Yeah, done. Okay, now this is what I can adjust this. Press to add to make any edit, any change to this combo box. Press the Control key and click on it. So once you do that, it's not going to show you the entries. It's going to show you properties. So yeah, it shows you, it chooses it so you can right click and change the properties. But this time around, I just want to edit the height. I want it to flush with this row height. You are done. Great. So now this is what I want to do. I want it to, you know, based on whatever I click here, what name I choose here, I want that to be what will show here. No, I'm already showing here, but let's say I click on Daniel. I want to see Daniel alone. Entry for Daniel. So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to introduce you to another Excel function, very powerful function called index. So before I start that, as you notice, some of the first names are not that unique. Some two people have the same first name. So to be good to select by first name and last name together. So I'm going to come over here. I can safely delete this. I don't need it anymore. So I select it and delete. And then if I want to, let me show you a keyboard shortcut anyway. Let's undo that. If I want to wipe away everything, the truth is when I click delete, it deleted it, but it left the border lines. So how do I wipe away everything? It's very easy. So let's undo that actually. So I select what I want to wipe away. I can come to home, come here, clear, then clear all. Does that. There's a keyboard shortcut. I love keyboard shortcuts. When you, my job, I deal with so many data entries. I can be working on 20 Excel sheets at the same time. I can, rows of, even millions of rows, like a million plus. Excel 2010 allows you to use up to 1,300,000 and something rows. There have been several times that my data set is, in fact, 5 million rows, and then I had to break it out to, maybe one other day I will show you. There's this very useful very useful software tool, very useful, that can break, it can chunk a very large data file, maybe a CSV file, chunk it down to the number of entries you want, number of rows. So there have been times I had to break that 5 million row data file into a million row each. That would be like 5 files, each of 1 million rows. And then I had to import them into Excel. So keyboard shortcuts are very useful. I don't have to start looking for where is the mouse, and then I start dragging mouse. Everything just on keyboard, and I move between files, copy, do everything. I just love keyboard shortcuts. So now let's undo what I just did now, and then let's use the keyboard shortcuts. So which is Alt H E A. Does that. If you had followed it slowly, you'll have noticed, it was just moved. Alt H is home, E is the clear, A is the clear all. And by the time you do it like 4 times, it sticks. So that done. Now, what I want to do is I want a field, that was going to just be the name. That's what I want to use for my dashboard, and it's going to be, I concatenate the first name, then I put a space in between, and then the last name, then I close it. Haha. So, and then I do this for all the entries. all the entries. I don't know why it's not dragging down, but I'm going to show you another cool way of dragging a formula down. There are so many ways. By doing this, it drags down, but now Excel has refused to do that for me. Another way is I can just drag down like this. It does that for me. But there's a way. Like I've said several times, I prefer shortcuts. So let's undo that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move here, and then to navigate to the last entry, I press Control End. No, Control down arrow. Sorry. And then I know my name is on this G column, so I'm going to move to that G column. Then I'm going to press Control Shift up to select everything to my first entry. Now I want to drag that same function formula down. I'm going to press Control D. Drags it down for me. Control D. So I can safely, expand so it shows every entry. Like I have said, if it's always good to unlink a table from another table. So in this case, since I'm not planning to change whatever is here, it's going to be permanent. So I select everything, Control C, Alt H, VV to paste as values. So that's done. I'm going to now come back to my data dashboard sheet, and then now I'm going to press Control and click. That way I can select, then I right click, come back to format control, then this input range. Now you have gotten an idea of what the input range is, so what it does. So once again I click it. This time around I want to select this is what I want to be my input range, their full names, okay, done. So as you can see now, if I click here, as you can see, it's showing me the full names. That done. Now remember, there was let me show you. Control, select this, come back to format control. Remember, we selected this cell link, that I said I prefer making it the cell beside my combo box. Now what it does is, if I select the first entry, you see it's showing me is 1. I selected the first entry. If I select the 20th entry, remember I told you that this thing shows 20 at the same time. You can see, voila, gives me 20. Now this is going to be very useful. This is what we're going to use to actually get those names. So what are we going to do? I'm going to use a function called index. So this is how it works. I come here, I type my formula index, I can auto complete it with tab, and it's going to ask me what's the array. Like from my basic mathematics, array is a series of entries. More than, it can be 2 by 2 entries, it can be 2 by 2, would be like something that has both, that's both several columns, several rows, and it can be just 1 column, several rows, or it can be 1 row, several columns. So our own here is going to be just 1 column, several rows, which is, oh no, it's going to be several columns, several rows, which in essence means it's going to be a table. So our array is going to be this table, several columns, several rows. Voila. There's going to be something is going to go wrong, but I want you to see it yourself before we change it. So okay, let's stick with this for now. So remember, this table is not going to change, it's fixed, so let's make it permanent, such that when it's not compulsory for these things, we are not going to drag the formulas, but it's a good practice. If you know your table is going to be fixed, especially when you use index and VLOOKUP, always make them absolute, by pressing F4, effort to put the absolute, this dollar sign mixing is absolute, it's not relative, it doesn't change when you drag the formula. Okay, so that done, I press comma. Now, what is the row number? Let's come here. Okay, of choosing this entire table, right? Now, what's the row number? Now, for first name, the row number is going to be now, this is going to be row 1, row 2, right? Now, I can simply say my row number is going to be 1. But in that case, let's do that. So let's say it's 1. My row number is 1. Now it's going to ask me what's the column number. Column number is definitely 1 because column A has the first name, so column number is 1. So I've done that. Now you notice that's where the problem I was talking about that I said we are going to encounter is, now it's giving me first name. What I want to see is I want to see Amadi. I want to see this. So we're going to have to edit this. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to delete this and start. I just use that to show you how index works. Okay, so index. Now the array is going to be my table. It's a 2 by 2 array. So it's a table. Sorry, I'm going to have to redo that. This time around, I'm not going to select the header. I'm not going to select them because I don't want it to interfere. That was what gave that error we had that time. So comma. Now the row number. The row number is going to be this. So if I select the 20th value, that means you should go and give me the value in the 20th row. That's what I want. 20th row in my table. So I'm going to select this cell and then I'm going to fix it because I don't want it to change. Absolute. Then column number. Remember this. Okay. This table is exactly what I copied there. So first name is the first column. So I can type 1. It's first column. You can see it has gotten me this name. First name in what I selected. So let's try it. Let's come here. I select Amadi. Can you see? Voila. So I'm going to drag that. Now I'm going to show you another shortcut to dragging. Remember I said there is a way you can simply just do this. It drags it, right? You can see it has dragged it. Or you can, if you click this, this is not working. But I always prefer using the keyboard shortcuts. Now there is an error here. I forgot to fix this, so which is making it absolute. It's not going. We don't want it to change, so make it absolute. Wait. So if I drag this, can you see? Okay. So why it's still showing me Amadi is simply because, remember, if I press F2, it's going to show me the function inside. So press F2, you see the function inside. Now this is our table, which is correct. This is our index number, which is the row number, the row it should go and get me. And then here is the column. Can you see that the column is still remaining as 1? That's where the issue is. Here I'm going to change it to 2. I want him to give me this. I want it to give me the second column. For that, it has given me that. So I'll do likewise for everything. But now I want to show you the other way I drag formulas. So I just come over here. I select the first. Assuming, let's delete everything here. So I come here. I select the first cell, the cell that contains the formula I want to drag. Then I press Ctrl R. drag the formula to the right. Okay, so I can safely come here, change this to column, second column, select for me the third column, select for me the fourth column, select for me the fifth column. Voila, it has done that. Okay, so now if I click, if any name I select here, is that's what it's going to show here. So just to make sure everything displays perfectly well, I give it enough space in the width, the column width, so that way it doesn't go, no entry goes beyond the space. Voila, great. So we've created a dashboard. Now let's just make it look a little fine. Can do some extra graphics. Excel is very powerful and wonderful. So now I wouldn't want people to know this is not useful for our dashboard. It's just in between. So what I usually do is I come here, I select it, then I come here and make it white, so it's automatically, it looks, it just disappears. No one will know until you click inside here. And okay, and then I also prefer, since you know I don't need all these grid lines, it makes it look, I don't like the look. So I come here, come to view, I deselect grid lines. Voila, can see it's looking more, mm, looking finer. So I come here, I this is my header, so I like to give it a background color. Let's choose a slightly dark background color. Great. Okay, so we've created our first dashboard. Then on a final note, if I send you this Excel workbook, you know, let me just do that. I save this, so I close it. Then I come here, I open it. You might not know there are other sheets. You just oh, this is everything in this Excel sheet. So it's always good to give your sheets, every sheet you use, color. Give it a color. Give, so that now it's good to use the colors here. Let's just use a not too. Yes, let's start with this. Then I come here, I give this a color of, let's say, this. Then I give this color of this. So now, okay, once again, let me close it. I close this, it's save, then I come here, I open it again. This color jumps at you, and then you automatically know that there are other sheets in this workbook. So, and then it's also good to give your workbooks a relevant name. So I will name this dashboard. Then I'll name this the data sheets. This is, I can delete this. I don't think it's useful anymore. Delete. So it's giving me a warning. Am I sure I want to delete the data in this sheet, because deleting I'll permanently lose the data. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so thank you for watching this, my third video. I hope you come back to check for my fourth video. Have a nice day.